originally came from an idea for a sculpture on the Gulf, and I was putting it in an application, but I didn't have the actual final idea for the sign. So I was trying to come up with this idea for the show on Waiheke Island, and what I did was I went back and I had a look at images on their website to try and trigger some kind of idea. As I looked at these works, I found myself looking at the influences that these artists had drawn on, and I had the idea of making a work about influence, and I had no idea how I was going to do that, but I was also talking to a friend at school, and we'd just finished university, and it was kind of an interesting idea that we should, in New Zealand, be able to go through all of our education without seeing a single artwork that we actually studied. As the sign came down from Sculpture on the Gulf to outside the gallery here, we had to make some changes with the sign, and so the sign is actually extremely site specific in the fact that it is related to distance and also directions from these artworks to a certain point. So when it came down here, I had to rearrange the distances and the directions of the sign to correct the sign for this location. The work had a lot to do with how isolated we are in New Zealand and how we draw on influences from the outside, the international art circuit. And when it comes down to Christchurch, we're in a very extremely unique situation down here. Coastal earthquake, it's standing in front of a closed gallery, and how I perceive you are here now is you are here, and what are you going to do about it? A lot of people have perceived it as a signpost to travel from to go and see works of art, but I honestly think it's a challenge to the people. So I chose the Mona Lisa first. As a point of reference, everyone tended to know the Mona Lisa, and it seemed to be on everybody's list to go and see. And from that point, then I just went about choosing what I felt correlated to that. So each work just built on each other. So from that point, I actually chose a Picasso because I just felt like people knew Picasso as well. And then it sort of branched into more influence bases. So Picasso was, you could say, the major influence in the first half of the 20th century, where Duchamp was the major influence in the second half. And that's how I chose those two artists. Works such as the Damien Hirst work, I wanted to put the shark on there, but there was no fixed location. And what I liked about Damien Hirst was his work is really about the money people pay for his work. And so I decided to put the buyer of the shark on there. And really that was the watershed moment in his career, the time that somebody paid $12 million for his shark. And the rest of the works, maybe personal choice, but also I think I had to come to an understanding that I was never going to fulfill a certain aspect. I could never choose the top 10 artists or the most influential artists, and I think the strength of the sign is in that people will actually think that other works should be on there. I've only seen one of the works, and that was the Duchamp urinal in San Francisco. And I was over there on a work conference, and I just managed to see it by fluke about 10 years ago.